The world is hot and getting hotter every year.
That's okay. I built myself a spritzer. What's a spritzer, you ask? That's the name I've given to what's left of my old pool deck, which I dropped and modified to make this salvage beach shack looking platform post-apocalypse. It might not be pretty, but it hides a superpower. Up to 8 misting heads gently spritz you with a fine mist of water. But let's rewind a bit to a previous version of the misting system, and to when I couldn't recall that the atomizers were also called misting heads. You'll see soon enough. I have to rebuild the network of quarter-inch plastic tubes every year because squirrels really like chewing through this black plastic to the point where it completely disintegrates. In the past, I've used to ward off squirrels. Seriously. But it wears off. This year, I'm trying something new. Slipping the tubing inside braided expandable PEX sleeves. Orange because, well, orange. The misting heads clog up with the smallest debris, so I make sure to purge and clean out all the hoses and the pipes before assembling. This is the manifold. It's sold as a gentle watering system, but with some adapters I'm able to hook up a valve and my garden hose. From there, I can control the flow of up to 8 quarter-inch plastic tubes. I've tried 8 in the past. It's a bit of overkill, so today I'm going with 4 misting heads. My first version of the spritzer used this type of watering head, which would spit more than mist. Then came the metal atomizers, which I'm still using today, but the only way I could make their smaller exterior diameter hold inside the plastic quarter-inch tubing was by wrapping wire on the outside of the tube for a tighter fit. Now I've got something even better, but this epiphany hasn't hit me at this point in time. I can keep most of the intact tubing and use connectors to attach new parts. Yes, a wire stripper works well to cut the tubing. The quarter-inch couplings fit in really tightly and securely. I've set up the manifold and quarter-turn valve right behind the spritzer to keep it out of sight, yet easily accessible. This is the role of braided expandable PEX sleeves. It took me a while to finally understand that the more tubing was being pushed into the sleeve, or sleeves being pulled over the tubing, the greater the friction and resistance. It's only accidentally that I discovered I could push the sleeve over the tubing. But I only discovered that while fitting the last sections of sleeve. But now, we all know, right? Also, melt the cut ends of the sleeve to keep it from unraveling. In some places, this is all that's left of the quarter-inch tubing. I'm shutting off most of the valves on the manifold, mostly to test what I have right now. Just making sure that the water is wet. I'm attaching version 2 of the misting heads. It isn't ideal, but at this time it's what I've got. It works well enough, but these metal heads tend to leak around the tubing, and since they need to be frequently replaced, every manipulation is just not optimal. This is the moment I realized pushing the braided PEX sleeves was way easier than pulling it. Here again, using version 2 with a metal wire noose. So take a good look because that's the last time you'll ever see this. Think of this as a bit of a sidebar. I'm not sure if that's the correct term. Okay. The first, well, okay, presently, this is the type of setup I have. It's the plastic tubing with the atomizing head, the spritzer heads, and a bit of wire wrapped around to cinch it. Originally, the first year I tried this, this is the type of sprinkler head, I guess you could call it. It spits more than it atomizes. And it's only just now going through this box that I thought that I could possibly, let me get the right parts here. Here, I got some here. I got some fuzzy going on here. The idea is that I could incorporate the atomizing head. Is that the right? Misting. The misting head with the old one here by taking off the plastic cap. So I tried one, it works perfectly. I ground it down, drilled some holes, and then tapped it because this is 1024 and it works. And this is made to be screwed on to this type. Jesus. Let me cut it off here. There we go. Yeah, it's got a thread on it to screw onto this type of tube until it reaches this funnel shape, and then it really sticks there. I want these tops to be ground perfectly, I guess, flush or level. So then when you screw this in, the small O-ring will seat firmly right there. First, I'm drilling out the old plastic sprinkling heads where the metal ones need to be threaded in. Let's start small so it stays centered. Good. Yeah, it's beautiful. Good. And I believe this is 1/8. And then 1024 tap. Let's go slowly there. Back it off. And let's blow out the debris. The finest particles really clog up the misting heads. With this tapped out. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's beautiful. And then this, I guess we can call it a valve. It's the equivalent of a needle valve, but there we go. Here's number 2. I'll make 2 more and we'll install these. With the 1024 threads cut into the old sprinklers, installing and changing the metal misting heads is quick and easy. For some reason, the manifold's filter cap kept popping off with the water's pressure. I'll get a new manifold sometime this week. But for now, cyanoacrylate. Also, I found some small punctures with tiny little teeth marks, which needed to be repaired. Now, excuse me while I slip into something a bit more apropos. For those who believe all I ever wear are overalls, grab a drink and allow me to titillate your senses and assault your sensibilities with my handy manly, sexy beastiness. Yeah, the gentle misting action makes some people feel like supermarket produce. Some feel like lettuce. Some feel like tomatoes or a cucumber. I feel like a beer. No, seriously. I feel like a beer. Or a cider. Cheers.